Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Aravind Speaks. And I saw some few already listened to first two episodes and first two sessions. I really want to thank you for listening. Though it's just audio stories, I'm really into it, and this is one of my recent obsession. So whoever it is listening, you're doing me a great favor. Thank you so much. And let's start today's topic. So, some of you may know me, and I don't think most of you know me at all. So, I'll give you a brief introduction of myself. So, my name is Aravind. I was born in India. It's called Mehboobabaad, a small town in southern part of India. I was brought up in India as well. But again, I went to Ireland and stayed there for 6 years. I was doing my postgraduate diploma in computing, and along with that, I worked as a waiter in a small-scale Indian restaurant. So more than what I studied when I was working in a restaurant, so I really enjoyed working in a restaurant. So in this episode, I want to talk about the pros and cons of working as a waiter or waitress in a restaurant. And I really hope if you're getting into that sort of job, I really hope that this audio session will be very much helpful, informative, and hopefully will bring you some value. So let's start. So to give you all a backdrop into my beginnings, it was in 2014. I was in Europe studying my master's in computing, and at the age of 25 or 24, I was pursuing my master's, and meanwhile I also started to work part-times because I needed some sort of income to keep me going with the course, because you all know that I am very poor with the course. So I needed some sort of income to complete the course and to live to pay for my expenses, pay for my rent, and then I needed to complete the course. But before working in the restaurant, by now you're all aware that I worked in a restaurant. So before working in the restaurant, I worked as a sales representative with Leica Mobile Ireland, and you can also call it sales and branding associate. And then I also worked with Field Management Ireland, shelving and merchandising dairy products in Dunn Store, Dublin 12, Sagat, I guess. That's Sagat. I think it's Dublin 12 or Dublin 14 or whatever. I don't remember at all. So I just Googled, it's Dublin 24. Okay. And firstly, we all know that waiter jobs aren't clearly among those high-paid, super skilled jobs list. But yet, when it comes to my turn, I hesitated to take up the role because I was never exposed to the details and etiquette the role required. So if you're hesitating to take up the role of a waitress because you lack confidence about your eligibility, or you're thinking about your ability or skill set, do not worry. I'm putting down all of my learnings and practical expertise, as well as some industry insights and few significant readings available on the internet, all to guide you into the role with consent. Before we move on, I just want to give you a clear idea about what you can expect from this audio session. So I'll explain you how to get a job as a waiter, post-COVID in this market, and I'll also tell you what can you expect from the role, and I'll also let you know about what do I really mean when it comes to waiter jobs, pros and cons, and the tips to help you grow and be great at your job, and the advantage and the positives, the ones we love talking about, right? So let's jump right in. Firstly, how to get a job as a waiter or waitress in 2021 post-COVID, right? There are quick and effective ways to get a job nowadays, thanks to the internet and social media. People advertise in LinkedIn, Monster, and Facebook job portal groups. So you can apply through them. That's there for sure. But I really prefer you to walk into the restaurant, the one you want to work with, and leave a copy of your CV and a cover letter. Cover letter will give you an added advantage, will work as an added advantage to make them interested in you, right? So walking up to them well groomed and leaving a copy of your CV is the most underrated and one effective way to get a job, especially if you want to work as a waiter or waitress in a small scale, even in the medium scale restaurants. So most importantly, the main thing is do this thing with at least 10 restaurants you would love to work with, the one near your home, and the one near your college, and the one you love watching it. I mean, you love to be there once. So whatever your favorite restaurants there, go to all of them and leave a copy of your CV and a cover letter. Now you don't need to stick to 10. I mean, I said 10, but again, I would love it if all of the restaurants has your CV. So it'll be 10 restaurants. You can do it in one day, so or maybe 2 days. So give it a week. I mean, give all the restaurants your CV and all the restaurants your cover letter. The more number of restaurants you apply for, and the more chances for you to get the job, and you can choose which one you want to work with. And don't cripple by opportunities, so you can choose which one would be better for you and see what happens. So what you can expect from the role? Easy. Like any other job, this one has its own difficulties, and a lot of the restaurant businesses run with very, very low margins, and you're only getting a basic pay unless you have experience. I mean, you have some experience, you get a better pay, but again, unless you have some experience, you are only getting a basic pay. It's a tough job, being an owner of the restaurant, as well as a chef and as a waiter, or any other role in the team, because you're not only dealing with the hot food or hot stuff, but also with your guests' health and well-being. So you got to be mindful and pleasant at all times. It does require you to be quick on your feet at all times, and you'll encounter people with different allergens constantly and continuously. And to avoid any mishap, you need to be aware of what goes into making the food, all of them, what ingredient is going into what dish. So you have to be aware of that. And I know that this job is a physically demanding emotional labor, because you'll have to put the mask on, the smiley face on at times. That's kind of not easy, but again, that's worth it. So before we go further, I want to tell you something very important. There are incidents where people experience severe health problems and sometimes even death due to the lack of awareness about what goes into the food, the ingredients. So it's always your job as a waiter to ensure that the guests are ordering and consuming the food which is safe for them to consume. So understanding and learning about and strictly abiding to the rules of health and safety and keeping up with their new policies at all times is a must. So it can get overwhelming and it takes a lot of time analyzing the menu. So you will have to know what dish is made of what, right? Basically, one needs to sacrifice leisure, because these waiter and waitress jobs aren't easy at all. Responsibilities may vary day to day. They do vary day to day. The management will brief you every day about anything unusual, and you're supposed to take it from then and there. And it's challenging, far away from high paying. Well, not easy to do, and the only way to grow in this role is to love the role of being a waiter or waitress. So how does being a waiter can make you feel like an entrepreneur? Right, you heard that right. Being a waiter can definitely make you feel like an entrepreneur. How? I'll explain.
So with all the negatives involved in this role, there comes the positive, and this is a big one. By being a waiter or waitress, you make your own paycheck, and that's every day and every week. What do I really mean by that? Waiter and waitress roles get tips from their guests, and the better you are at your job, the more you get paid for. So let me share a personal memory with you. That's in 2018. I was still waiting. I was a senior waiter by that time. So one of our regulars, a couple in their late 50s who visit us every week, loved my presence at their table and started to prefer me to wait for them. So whenever they walk in, I used to go to them and I used to talk crisply about everything. So we used to chat about sports, politics, food, health and well-being, and even travel. So and one day, they have got to know that I'm traveling around the country for a week in a few days. So straight away they gave me a tip of €100 in person. So that happens, and now I really suggest you to pay attention to what I'm trying to say for the next 30 or 45 seconds, because I really think that's very good for you. I mean, that's really beneficial for you. So it's all about how good you get at your job. How any good waiter, if you go and ask any good waiter, he'll understand that a big check on a table basically means a big tip most of the times. So you have to be good at selling your product without any guilt, without any shame, and also without the intention of taking the money off of your guests. So you have to be, you can only sell a product that you believe in. So you will have to first believe in your product, and then you will have to start selling at some point. It takes practice, but it's worth. So by being good at your job, you make a name for yourself. And when the guests start asking for you at their table, you will be treated better by the management as well as everyone else at your workplace.
So guys, we're 12 minutes in now, and I really don't want to bombard you with all the information I have in this episode itself. So I'll do one thing. I'll be doing another episode. So there'll be a part two of pros and cons of working as a waiter or waitress. So right, in that episode, I'll be giving you a lot of good advice and a lot of tips to get better at your job, and a lot of advice that nobody else will give you. Right? So till then, I really want to appreciate you for listening. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day ahead. Cheers.